And I was thinking about this before this conversation, and because you'd said in a recent stream that you said radio doesn't exist for me anymore, and you were talking about in terms of listening to it. There's not a lot of things you actually listen to on the radio, and I was sort of trying to think of, well, what do I sort of listen to radio wise? And the only things I could think of was I would listen to your show when you were on. Occasionally I'll listen to James O'Brien because I kind of agree with a lot of what he says a lot of the time. And I I'll listen to like Six Music for music, right? And Sean Keaveney was one of the original people we had on here, but then he's not even on Six Music anymore. So, and you do look at the sort of landscape of what's being created at the moment, especially on radio, that there doesn't seem to be that space for levity or art, for want of a slightly less pretentious word.
There is no creativity. There is no the only. I listen to James a little bit. I like James a lot as a human being. I don't like listening to kind of newsy stuff though, so I don't listen to him. I listen to him maybe a few minutes in the car every now and then. The only show I listen to religiously is Alan Beswick on Saturday and Sunday nights on BBC Radio Manchester, because he is the last of the old-fashioned late-night phone-in host, of which I include myself. The last of you can phone in about anything, and I love that. That's all I listen to. I listen to Capital in the car because my kids like listening to Capital, so I know all about Becky Hill and Mr. Jam and Dua Lipa. I know all of that stuff now, and it's quite good fun, you know. But radio is dead to me. I don't listen to it, and that breaks my heart. That broke my heart. I don't really care anymore now. It broke my heart because I lived for radio and I breathed it, and I was so passionate about it and its ability to change lives and stuff. But it's dead. It's dead. There's nothing. There's no way someone like me doing what I did could come up, because there's no local radio stations. They're all fake local because they're all owned by Bauer or Global or whatever. Community radio is great, but no one listens. You know, that's dismissive of community radio, and I take that back. They have very limited audiences. There's a lot of creative stuff going on, but it's almost impossible. You know, the nerdy t-shirt club that I mentioned is on my station. That's a community radio thing, and they deserve a much bigger audience because they're brilliant and they're funny and they're heartwarming and they tell these great stories. But you know, LBC ain't going to pick that up. BBC isn't going to pick that up. BBC local radio's dead. You know, it's all over. You know, and I look at this kind of wasteland of radio and I think, well, I don't fit in there.